Are you confused between what rep speed to follow? Are faster reps or slower reps better for muscle growth? Here are a few reasons that lifting tempo matters. It affects your muscle strength, it determines your muscle growth, and it decides your fitness result. But don't worry, we are here to sort your confusion. This video narrows down the debate of slow versus fast reps so you know which one suits your workout needs better. Let's explore. Why does repetition speed matter? First and foremost, when it comes to strength training, repetition speed is the rate at which you lift a set of weights, or other resistance training equipment. For ease, the lifting tempo can be divided into 3 distinct motions depending where you are on your workout. Essentially, the workout starts with concentrated or lifting motions. When you have completed your lift, you go into the isometric phase, where you maintain your position for a short period of time to intensify the exercise and put more pressure on your muscles. The final eccentric movement is the lowering of your weight back down after your activity. For instance, when you drop the weight during a curl, your bicep is in the eccentric phase. To stop the weight from falling to the ground, the muscle lengthens while keeping tension. The phase during which the target muscle shortens is referred to as the concentric phase. For example, when you lift the weight during a curl, your bicep is in the concentric phase. To defy gravity, the muscle must contract with enough force to shorten. In order to maximize muscle growth, trainers frequently advise their clients to move extremely slowly on the way down, and very quickly on the way up. But is it really the case? Well, let's see. Click the subscribe button to know more on rep speed. Should you do slower reps for maximum muscle growth? Well, each lifting tempo has its own specific benefits. The biggest advantage of lifting slowly is that you exert some stress for longer periods of time on your muscles. But this only indicates that during the set, your muscles will be put under more strain stress. Additionally, as more time spent under strain is often linked to an improved metabolic response, this should ideally result in more muscle development. But what's the case with faster reps? The main advantage of performing reps at a quicker pace, on the other hand, is that you can do more reps or utilize a heavier weight than you can at a slower pace. So as some of you may be able to deduce, it turns into a race between the length of time under stress and the number of reps or weight used, which however succeeds. It would appear that, despite the fact that a quicker tempo reduces time under strain, this really has no harmful effects on muscle development. What does science say? Did you know there are actual research studies that explore which rep speed is more efficient? Herman and colleagues conducted a research in which they contrasted extremely slow reps, such as those lasting 10 seconds for the concentric and 4 seconds for the eccentric, with faster repeats such as those lasting just 1 second for each. Although the slow group spent nearly 5 times as much time under strain, their quadriceps muscle size only increased by 11%, compared to a 39% rise in the quicker tempo group. Now, this shows that time spent under strain isn't the only element that influences how much muscle grows. A stronger total activation of muscle fibers is also made possible by the capacity to lift bigger weights through adopting a quicker tempo. Greater total target muscle activation results from this. However, in one research study from the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, activation of the chest during the bench press was reduced by up to 36% when a slow lifting speed and smaller weight were used, 5 seconds for the concentric and 5 seconds for the eccentric movements. This was observed even after both protocols were exhausted, showing that very slow lifting is ineffective in appropriately stimulating or activating the type 2 muscle fibers with a greater tolerance. As you can see, a slower tempo causes a reduction in total muscle activation and thus a reduction in the target muscle's development. What's the ideal rep speed? You should know that if your major fitness objective is to increase your muscle growth, according to a research published in the Journal of Sports Medicine, a mix of the two is best. According to a recent meta-analysis by Schoenfield and colleagues, a lifting speed between 2 and 6 seconds each rep appears to improve growth based on all of the studies currently published on the topic. So now you know what rep speed to adopt for maximum muscle growth. If you want to know more about building muscles, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Effortlessly Fit.